Hello, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we will be going over my preliminary finals tips. Isn't it crazy to think that this time next week we will know who's playing in the grand final for 2022? Breaking news, well, it's not really breaking news anymore. We know that the D's have been eliminated for quite some time now, all of this week. When did they play? Friday night. So we know for quite some time that the D's are out of the premiership race for 2022, which is crazy. It's crazy. I tipped them to go back to back at the start of this year. I tipped them to go back to back when I did my finals predictions, so going into this final series, and then they just got out in straight sets. We'll review last week's two games, the first one being Melbourne and Brisbane, where Melbourne got eliminated. And well, this was the margin comp game for last week, so I'll quickly congratulate the winner, and he was the only person to tip the D's. So LJH1145 is the winner. He tipped the Lions by 3. He could have guessed 722. It didn't matter. He was the only person to actually tip the Lions. So he was the winner. They ended up winning by 13 points. He wasn't too far off the margin anyway, but he was the only one to go for the Lions. So well done to you. My thoughts about the game: the D's should have put them to bed at halftime. They were playing so much better than the Lions. The Lions were absolutely hopeless in that first half, in my opinion. They weren't playing finals football. Then when they came out in the second half of the game, it was like a new football side. They played unbelievably, and the D's played the same, probably a bit worse. It was a tight game at three-quarter time, and then the Lions were good enough in that fourth quarter to win the game. Yeah, look, the D's, they were winning. I don't know what the margin was, what the biggest lead they had, but it was 20 points maybe. I reckon it was a bit more than 20 points. About 20 points though. They should have won that. They didn't. Surprised me. So Brisbane into a prelim after not making the top 4. Unbelievable. And then we got Collingwood and Fremantle. I thought Collingwood were going to win this game. I said, what did I say? 17 was it? They won by 20, so I wasn't too far off. They dominated the game. Absolutely dominated the game. And I'm so surprised they won by 20 points. They should have won by so much more. But knowing Collingwood, when they win close games of footy. Yes, this wasn't really a close game in the end. It was 20 points. But, you know, if they were going to thrash a team, it'd be by a lower margin. But for Collingwood, 20 points, that's a thrashing right there, because they're used to winning by under the 2 goals. But yeah, I still don't know how they won by 20. Like, that's sort of close, you know, sort of close, 20 points. But the game didn't really feel close at all. Fremantle, they did okay, but it was always going to be hard for them at the MCG. 90,000 Collingwood fans there. It was always going to be tough for the Dockers, and I think the Pies are a better side, or at least at the moment. But a positive year for the Dockers, obviously making the top 8. Almost the top 4. They're in the top 4 a bit this year. They couldn't finish there. And obviously David Mundy retiring. Obviously didn't get the result he wanted. But look, how many games was it? 376? I could be wrong. Unbelievable. David Mundy, he'll go down as the champion of the game. Let's get on to this week's tip. So, preliminary final. There's 2 of them. As I said, this time next week, we will know who's playing in the grand final, which is unbelievable. Geelong, Brisbane. It seems straightforward, but I don't think it is. Well, I do think it is, but I don't think it will be. I think Geelong will win. They should win. They will win, I reckon. It seems straightforward. I mean, Richmond and Brisbane seem pretty straightforward. A lot of people saying, yeah, Richmond should win that one. I was one of them. I thought maybe Brisbane, you know, they could do something at the Gabba. They did. Oh, well done. They're gonna lose against Melbourne. No one gave them a shot against the D's, or very few people did. They won that one. So maybe they do it again and get their way to the grand final. Maybe they do it again in the grand final. That would be huge. I don't think it's going to happen, but you never know. Geelong will win that one. 23 points. Sydney, Collingwood. This is a 50-50. I don't know. I'm sitting here right now and I don't know who to tip. At the SCG, Sydney, where did they finish? Third? They finished third. Collingwood fourth. Both in the top four. What a game. What a game. Last time they met at the SCG in round 23, Sydney won it. I don't reckon they're going to win it this time. They could. I'm going to go to Pies by 5. They win it in a close one. They haven't done that this final series yet. One close game. You wouldn't count the 20-point game against the Dockers last week. So they haven't actually won a close game. They lost a close game. Just out of order. If you're Collingwood, you win close games. Anyway, I'm going to go Geelong and I'm going to go Collingwood. Wouldn't that be huge? Oh, wow. And who I'm going to tip for the grand final? Geelong. Geelong. So if it is Geelong and Collingwood, I'm probably tipping the Cats, but it might not be Geelong and Collingwood. We'll have to wait and see. That is it for this week's tipping video. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. Again, bit of a shorter video, because there's only 2 games, but we did get to review last week's games, and I'm just looking at the time here. It's gone about 7 minutes, so we haven't done that bad. Not that it really matters. Anyway, that'll do it for this video. Enjoy this week's finals, and yeah, it'll be a huge grand final week, which is next week. We've got the grand final tipping video, which there'll just be the one game, but I'll give it a bit of a preview, and I may or may not have an extra video for grand final week. We'll have to wait and see. Stay tuned.